in a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers. The final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss, there wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anawa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever, and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody call the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a steel cage match. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds, George the Animal Steele.
I'm not even sure the cage can contain this man.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds, Maivia!
Steele had better keep an eye on Maivia because Maivia is a true brawler. Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside a steel cage, but I believe the High Chief is ready.
Maivia carrying such pride into the ring.
Very stark contrast to Steele. We'll see which prevails tonight.
High Chief Peter Maivia taking on George the Animal Steele in a steel cage match. Quite a heated history between these two guys.
Yeah, Michael, and I think it's because Maivia is one of the few superstars brave enough to take on the animal. Most of their contests have ended in countouts or disqualifications. Thanks to the cage, we'll get a decisive victory in this one.
Well, that really depends on if a cage can even contain that. When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
Peter Maivia knows full well that he's in for some unusual treatment tonight. In fact, Steele often has trouble finding opponents due to his erratic nature. But when it comes to competition, the High Chief wants to prove he's worthy of that name. Peter Maivia will take on any competitor, no matter the difficulty. Falls back to the mat.
Didn't have anywhere to escape to.
Brought down from the cage wall with force. Answer after answer for each other's offense. Headlock applied, toss their opponent. Talk about intimidation. I'm not sure if it's resilience or stupidity that's going to drive you to try and come back from a move like that.
And knew what was coming there. Peter Maivia very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him.
Turns it into a pin attempt and easily kicks out of the count.
I suppose you have to take the shot, but it's still too early to wrap up this one just yet.
Able to fight Maivia off.
Like a brick wall running into you. Oh, get ready. He's waiting for the perfect time.
Turns it around. George beats him to the punch. Punish him. And now the shoulders down.
This might be it.
He kicks out with force.
He didn't even let the ref start the count. Oh, hold on. Is he thinking of a submission here? Twisting their left arm into a hammerlock. The arm getting just tortured by this hold. And even able to punch his way out.
Punch lands. Firing with a straight shot there. Answering back. Oh! Giving up now is not an option. They have to finish this. The fight is on, and it's furious.
Both absolutely drained, but both refusing to give up. They are emptying their tanks, going back and forth like this.
Exhaustion setting in, and neither one of them is letting up.
Oh! Nothing pretty about this, just a good old Donnybrook here.
And that'll end this exchange right there.
Uh-oh, this is not going to look pretty. Submission being applied.
This is locked in deep.
Look at the able to punch his way out.
Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Maivia and Steele as competitors. One may be based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. That puts an end to that, thank goodness.
Wards that off. What a response.
All the way up top.
Nasty arm drag. Maivia gets stonewalled. There's press.
Hackenschmidt bite. Hackenschmidt bite. And is he? Yeah, looks like he's bleeding now.
And starting to climb up the side of the cage.
Making a move, but is it the right moment?
He's reached the highest limit of the cage now. George Animal Steele is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true...
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the Animal.
But you know who might be a better brawler, guys? The High Chief, Peter Maivia. And when you consider that Maivia is also an excellent high flyer and a great technician, well, you can see why the High Chief is the favorite in this match, even with the steel cage stipulation.
Crank in the head.
Rocked with a headbutt, but not done yet.
A second one. Boom! Some folks call Peter Maivia the Flying Hawaiian, and the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But guys, how has he earned the other nickname of the High Chief?
Well, Cole, Peter Maivia is very close to the Anawa'i family. In fact, Peter's considered a blood brother to the patriarch of that clan.
When you add on the fact that Maivia was born and raised in Samoa, you can see the great pride he has for that land and its people in the tribal ink that covers his body.
Oh, he saw it coming.
Dropped him with a big shoulder tackle.
Maivia overwhelming his opponent here.
And you can see Steele is struggling to weather the storm of the High Chief.
And right into the cup. I guess it was time to switch gears.
What is he doing? Roaring European uppercut.
George Animal, nice takedown. Stack them up.
Hold on.
Trying to steal one here.
I guess he doesn't think he's done enough damage to put this one away yet.
Maivia has Steele in his sights. Looking.
Here we go again.
Landing on the spine.
Maivia can taste it.
Great trouble here. Can he get it fully locked in? A stump puller.
The leg is only getting cinched in deeper. He taps. He taps. And the High Chief defeats the Animal.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia.
George Steele is one tough animal, but the way Maivia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already knew, that the High Chief is one tough Samoan.